And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. And we are just about to, I paused the game, because we are just about to deliver our first food into St. Louis. And the effect, I mean, it's only 17. It's only 17 food. But we should see it reflected pretty quickly in the city, with a couple buildings getting a food supply. So it was a quick dropped off some food, and the next month should see maybe one or two buildings upgrade. Maybe not. It's all up in the air. These two trains our cow delivery are synced so perfectly. Look at that. They are getting into the station almost perfectly in sync. And we want to replace these trains. So I think I'm going to want to stop one of them so one of them gets ahead of it, because I want it to deliver. I can't replace both trains at the same time. And I really want this one to deliver its livestock for that extra profit. So we're going to let it run. We're going to desync them a little bit by stopping this one prematurely. And let's see what happens at the end of the month. Then the month switch is when you see the towns react to certain things. So here we go, 27. We got to go to 31, 29, 30, 31, and now let's see. Anybody? There we go. We get a little bit of growth over here. But that should start to exponentially increase as we progress here. So close that one off. And we want this stop train, we want to upgrade this stop train. Now that he has unloaded his cargo, we are free to upgrade these trains. So we want a green. I usually use green for all my food stuff. If you haven't figured that out yet, we're gonna do an Alco. This train is a good fast train, decent speed, although 9 million is a little bit much. Can we? Oh, we're gonna add a whole lot of cargo to this. How about the big boy? The big boy is, let's see, this is 1.5 a year and it's 8. That's 11 and that's 1.9. Oh, $11 million. That is painful. That is so painful. So yeah, Alco, good to go. And we're gonna want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 35 million. Oh, that hurts. 35 million. Okay. Close that. And we want to do yes, 25%, because these are only 19 years old. We want to replace 25%. So you're going to go to Bob's farm. And you're going to replace and drain all of my monies. Unfortunately, we won't have enough to... See, that's 35 million. That would be a monster of a loan. But this should really encompass quite a lot. So we have enough for probably one more car on there if we really wanted to. But 198 is a good amount. So let's see that. That should be a good delivery. And how much do we have left? So we only have 84 left. So we're going to have to set that back to no, because... of course, we don't have the money. We don't have $35.4 million to spend on another train, unfortunately. So that should actually go pretty good, because we're not limited by the 50 miles an hour anymore, and we're carrying almost 2 times more. Carrying 90 more livestock than we were last time. So that's why we needed the beefed up engine, and the running costs on this 1.9 for that and 1.5. So the running costs are pretty equivalent. And this line here is now much faster. So now we're already way over our speed on that. So this delivery, let's estimate. I'm going to estimate, and I know I've been pretty bad at this. Gorilla math. I'm going to guess 5.5 million. That's my guess. 5.5 million. So let's speed it up here. Woo! This is more like what 86 miles an hour should look like. Okay. Here we go. What am I gonna get? Oh, what? Less money? No. Oh, I miscounted. That's right, we only got 2 million. So I should have guessed 3.5 million and I would have been right. I was gonna guess, I was trying to go for 1.5 over what we were getting before, and I miscounted on how much we actually had. So this is actually pretty good. And yet we don't have the money to upgrade him yet. I'm guessing after a couple more months we should have enough to upgrade this guy. Because this train is way faster than this one, so we're gonna wind up with some weird behavior going on there. But this now just got a huge influx of food, and we need to deliver 1,204. So we need to get that production way up. Go, go, go. All right. And we already have a whole bunch left waiting for us here. So we're gonna let that grind away while we work. See, we've already got some food here. Do we have another delivery? We just delivered some more. And you got how much money for that? Well, we delivered a little bit, not too terribly much. But you can see we've already got some redevelopments going on here. And a little bit brighter blues, that's what we want to see. These poor commercials over here, they're just gonna have to deal. They're gonna have to deal with it. Springfield is sort of lacking some development, but look at the people over here. 220. I could add another train onto this line and just sit back and watch the income roll in. So yeah, look at the oof. You had a really good year last year. So I'm guessing Washington and Philadelphia are really coming into their own. Look at the growth from Washington's side. Wow. And Philadelphia equally, lots and lots of growth on both sides of the track. That's what we like to see. Grow, grow, grow. So the more people out there, the more people can funnel into my big city here. How are we doing on Indianapolis, by the way? We're up to 1,900 people. 2,000 on shopping. That's just for food that we're shoving in there. Jobs, not so well. We need to start working on construction material as soon as possible. So I'm thinking a good construction material will be, I think I'm going to have to do construction material up here. And the stone, I mean, you can really mine stone from anywhere. Michigan, I'm sort of saving for forest for logs. Though, this is going to be really weird, really hard to get tools and stuff over here because of all of the water and the massive bodies of water that we would have to build bridges over to get trains into where we want to. Because we really, I mean, it's not to scale, obviously, so we don't have the miles and miles of area to squeeze industry into. And this poor train really needs to be upgraded. This is my Indianapolis to St. Louis commuter. It's a short run, but it's soon to be longer. Let's see where we're going to go with St. Louis. I think we're going down to Shreveport. So this connects residential and commercial. And this connects over here to residential and commercial. So if we connected to industrial down in Shreveport, we would be sitting pretty. And this is more or less going to be a terminal. So we're going to come down here, and I'd really have to bend it to my will to get down to New Orleans. Although that would be a tough sell to try to get in there because we can't do anything with the water. I thought we could get rid of the water. I really did. I thought we could edit the train over the water, but we can't. What kind of brushes are these? Track assets? Oh yeah, we can add our own little things here. What are these? I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. But we can add like rocks and park benches. Oh, you can just like, really? You can't, what? Oh, you'd have to add them to the street? Really? Rock brush. Oh, you could just like go crazy with the rocks. Yay. Okay. What are these? Rocks, trees, who knows, and everything. Cool. I'm sure modders will go crazy with those. Holy, look at the people waiting over here. I always like to see that, but boy, there's a lot of people. That's where the flirt comes in, is these lines start increasing their demand for people movers, and it's kind of hard sometimes to keep up. So we're going to connect both sides of this track together. Let's see, right across there. Give a secondary line, because this is kind of a busy intersection right here. And of course we have some shenanigans with that. Hopefully they'll maybe add a couple streets in between here so I can put a little bit more in my catchment area. I really wish there were connections on each side. That would be nice. Just capture the whole city. This is kind of a spread out bus route as well. I could probably get away with upgrading these buses sometime. Yeah, I try to get as much life out of the vehicles as I can. So where were we? St. Louis. Look at the people. I'm gonna need to upgrade that train. Yep, we're gonna need to upgrade this train. This is the red train. The red line. We're going to do... Should we do a Hiawatha again? Be kind of fun. Yeah, let's do a Hiawatha. And streamline 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7, because this is only one train for now. And let's see, how old are you? 26 years. You're almost old enough. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna do our little switcheroo. Okay. So we're gonna reverse you. I'm getting better and better at that reversing. Let's speed this up a little bit, and then reverse you back. So this is only 15 million to replace this little guy. But we got a ton of people waiting here, so I needed to get this line upgraded. So now we've got 126 capacity, and it's still going to fill up. So we got a lot of people to move back and forth here, which should help grow the city. I mean, every time you do this kind of thing, you're moving more people. It increases the land value, the building value, and it just goes to better everything else. And the finances, of course, are also affected. So we're going to set this to no and 100%. And let's get Shreveport ready for action. Okay, so we're going to... Is that too much of a angle? Actually, that is a perfect angle right there. And I might as well add another line in here just for funsies. And of course, we're going to need to add why does that want to angle? I want to angle you as much as possible, like that, and that. So not a whole lot of development over here right now, but we will. So I want to do a through route. I kind of do. So we're going to do 240 high speed 2nd Street connection. See what our catchment area is for this. We're capturing a little bit of that industry. I could sacrifice a little bit of... I could embed it a little closer and sacrifice these buildings here for a little better construction. So, why not? Because the city founders would understand. And I want a little bit of a spoke. So when I place this, I can have a little leeway when it comes to... Oh, what do we get? A couple big ships, tank wagon, state car. Look at that. Got the new state car. And a new passenger. Okay, we're going to rotate this around. And that is a plane flying overhead. I don't know if that's going to come through on the audio or not, but that's what that sound was. So now we're capturing a little bit more of all of this, which is good. A little bit of commercial, quite a bit of industrial. And we're going to drag. So that is coming in on that line. Okay. I might want to move that over to that line. So we're going to drag this down to try to connect with... Yes, the frame rate really dies when you do this kind of thing. We want to directly connect that Oh. Connect that up. Like that. Okay. We're just going to go for it. And since this is... Well, I'm not sure if this is going to be a terminal or not. I might wrap that around and connect Baton Rouge and New Orleans, although New Orleans is rather inconvenient to connect. But it is possible. It would just require a really sharp angle out like this. So I might as well build it while I can and let the city decide what it wants to do with that little information. So let's double this up. Continue that line. Connect that up, just like so. Now we're going to need to do a little shenanigans with this. And the train is in there right now, so we can't really do much. So, you are filling up. How are your finances doing? You are making money. Good. Making more money than I'm spending is always a good thing. And we might as well start on Baton Rouge while we are at it. I'm going to take that little spur out. And we are going to try our best to make this a clean connection. So that's going to connect there. I'm going to have to do some shenanigans in here. And we're going to do a terminal. We're going to do 2 tracks. Not that I need 2 tracks. We're going to do them anyway. Right in through here, I think. I could actually jot that a little more south. Get right up. Well, let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. Just like that. All right. Well, we will tackle the next steps in the next video. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.